And now, another episode of MMA Gossip with your boys.
Woo! That was new, but the boys are back. MMA Gossip, episode number 66. We skipped last week. We're lazy, sort of. Mike bought a new house, so congratulations to him on that. All the sponsorship money that is rolling in from the podcast, Mike has just bought his first crib, and we're absolutely crushing it. So just kidding. If you guys know anyone on earth that wants to sponsor the podcast, let us know. We can certainly use it. Mike's going to be buying couches and everything now. Anyways, talking about sponsorships, MMA Gossip, we sponsor a fighter. Her name is Elise Reed. She just went in there and did her thing at CFFC, defended her strawweight belt, 4-0 now, looked dominant, stopped Hillary Rose in the second round with strikes, looked amazing, looked great. Her and her manager, Kale, we're so proud of you guys. Hats off to you guys. Literally, you guys are crushing it. Next step is looking like the UFC. I mean, CM Punk, John Morgan basically said it on UFC Fight Pass. Like, you know, it's definitely her time. So good for Elise. She's 4-0 now. We're super proud of her. I'm sure we'll have her back on the show. She right now is like she said on our show, out in California doing some military training, and you know, she's a beast. She's a beast. We'll see her in the UFC real soon. Regardless to say, but as we always say, MMA, boxing, the whole combat sports world never ever sleeps. Last week, it kind of was sleeping, aside from Elise Reed. So I think it was great for Elise to fight on a Saturday where nothing else was going on. All eyes on her, and she shined like a star. This week, we got Mayweather versus Logan Paul on Sunday, boys and girls, at 8 p.m. Floyd Mayweather says that the Super Bowl and the All-Star Game are always on Sunday, so he wants everyone at home on Sunday to watch. I'll be streaming it. I'm definitely not paying the $49.99 pay-per-view price. I don't know if either one of you nut jobs are, but I'm certainly not.
I can't afford it.
Did you see the rules came out today? It's an exhibition. There's no judges cage side. The only way you can win basically is knockout. Otherwise, the fight just ends. If Floyd Mayweather doesn't knock him out, that's like a victory for Logan Paul in my eyes. But he's going to knock him out, so whatever. Anyways, we got some UFC's back. Bellator will be back next week. Tito Ortiz resigned as mayor pro tem of Huntington Beach, unfortunately, because we're pro Tito on this podcast. We're probably the extreme minority, but go Tito, dude. Chuck Liddell wants to fight Jake Paul, but instead, Jake Paul is fighting the UFC's own, well, not anymore because he was, not released, but didn't resign, Jake Paul on August 28th.
Tyron Woodley, 0-4 in his last four, has thrown record low strikes, almost got knocked out in all four fights, got TKO'd by Colby, basically TKO'd by Vicente Luque, only to be submitted. Not looking good. 0-4 on a 4-fight losing streak at 40 years old, going in there as the underdog against Jake Paul. But I mean, he does have that power, and I'm hoping Tyron Woodley finds. Dude, how many times will be oh, this is the fight. He's gonna let it go this fight. He's gonna let it go this fight. He's gonna let it go this fight. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm rambling. I got a lot to say. We're on a week-long hiatus, and it didn't feel good. Didn't get to see the boys Memorial Day weekend. Pretty much still hungover from. Anyway, I'm running out of breath, and I just got my voice back. So you know the usual. Like, comment, subscribe. Help the boys out. If you want to sponsor the podcast, hit any one of us up on Twitter or Instagram at MMA X Gossip across the board. Gmail, Instagram, Twitter, the whole fucking nine. We're live, boys. Mike's going to take us through it. I got nothing else for you. Let's see what you got, Mike. Really quick before we dive into things, we were having a conversation right before we started recording. Matt was saying something about Paige's OnlyFans. Matt, what was that?
How long until Paige is shoving shit in her box because her fight career goes down the drain?
Right, that's what it was.
And kicked off everything.
It was a good run. 66 episodes. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, no, but speaking of which, Pearl Gonzalez signed too. All these OnlyFans girls that can't make it in the mixed martial arts world, just
backwards way to attack your career.
Hey, I mean, they're making more money than we are, so.
Oh, it's not even close. I would do the same thing.
Yeah,
Beck Rawlings.
Beck Rawlings. I mean,
Beck Rawlings. Yo, you know who has another OnlyFans today I saw? I didn't know it was a joke. I didn't think it was. I thought it was a joke, and then I realized I don't think it was. Jessica Andrade.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know,
Why?
there's somebody for everybody out there.
Izzy has an OnlyFans, so he does like techniques and shit on it, and like vlogs. Craig Jones also started an OnlyFans and said that it's all for techniques and it's all free, but he'll send you a dick pic for $1,000. And he goes, I know one of you fucking weirdos is gonna pay.
That's funny as hell.
Speaking of which, shout out to Craig Jones for that really quick submission win over the weekend too, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny. That dude is huge. Luis Panza is humongous, and Gordon was supposed to fight him just because he's so fucking gigantic. And Gordon would have done the same fucking thing.
Gordon would have been like, after 9 minutes in, I'm going to transfer to mount, get the scissor mount, get the triangle choke, roll to my back, and submit him with a straight arm bar lock.
Piss on his face just so he's more slippery. So,
and then actually go out and do it. All right, boys, I got a real quick segment I want to talk about because it's been 2 weeks since the fights, but here's my dilemma here. Is Rob Font, did he have a performance of a lifetime, or was it just Cody kind of being gun shy and essentially washed at this point because it was a really poor performance? I don't like to take anything away from the winners. Font did excellent. But in a situation like this, I think it's important to talk about the narrative on both sides. What do you guys think? Is it more so one, or is it both? One more than the other? What do you guys think, Chris?
both. Definitely both, but I would definitely lean more towards Rob's performance. Cody did look scared. Like it was weird. I don't want to say he wasn't scared, but he didn't even seem too upset after. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like it just seemed like he wasn't even there. There was times where he got hit and he was backpedaling. When does Cody Garbrandt back himself against the cage? He got a couple well-timed takedowns, and I was like all over. I was texting you guys like, "Oh, Cody Garbrandt's scared." Oh. But I was hammered. So the next day I woke up, I was like, I have to watch this like on a clean slate. And honestly, my opinion didn't really change much at all, other than being overly aggressive about it. Cody just seemed to be backing up way too much, didn't hold his ground. And it was like he was doubting his chin, and he ate some pretty big shots. He did look like one or two, like the teep might have hurt him a little bit, and one of those uppercuts might have hurt him a little bit. But he looked like he was fine. But that was a beating. It's almost like, would you rather your chin just give out in the second round, or go with the extreme patient route and get your ass whooped, you know what I mean, over 5 rounds and still get tagged up? That's definitely not good for your chin either. So I think Cody tried to change his style a little bit too much and I think if he just went for the takedowns the whole time, it would have been a boring fight, but he would have won. But he didn't
do the gas tank to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Cody just didn't seem to be there. So I'm harping on that, but Rob Font did look excellent. But I feel like we didn't learn anything we didn't know.
Yeah.
His boxing always was that fucking good. His footwork is incredible. His timing's great. Cody was faster than him in there, but that Rob didn't let him affect it at all. And all I think is that I don't think we learned anything new about Rob. I think Rob just proved himself once again, and now is he's right there. That division is red fucking hot, and he could, someone could slip on a banana peel and he could be next for a title shot, if not one fight away.
Matt?
I think it's a little bit of both too. I was ready to call it quits on Cody, and I kind of thought about it a little more, and I'm like giving him like 15% leeway that he's shot and 85% that he is. No, other way around. 15% that he isn't shot, 85% that he is. But he was really fucked up from COVID. He got pneumonia. He was really sick. And if you line that up with like him changing his game plan and going for more takedowns, he did look gassed, and Cody doesn't gas. And he did take a lot of shots. And I watched that fight after I knew the outcome. I didn't watch it the night of. And the way you guys were texting, I thought the fight was over like 5 different times. And then when I watched it and saw the shots he was taking, and the fact that he was able to go all 5 tells me his chin is still there. He's made some comments since about, I don't think he's in the right place right now, which is weird because he took a lot of time off by choice and then some not by choice because of COVID. But like, I don't know where he goes from here. Like, what are you going to do? Take more time off? Like, can't just keep taking time off. You had a good performance against the Sun Sal. You came out here, and you were still gun shy. There's something he's not confident in. Maybe it's his chin, maybe it's not. I don't know. I think he needs to take a long look in the mirror and figure out exactly what it is, because his chin was tested in this fight. Even though he lost, it stood the test. So I'm not sure who you're tossing back in there against. I'd have to see the top 15 right now because it's always fucking changing. But I'm sure he'll get a winnable fight. As for Font, like Chris said, he's right there, man. He looked awesome. I'm not going to take anything away from him in this win. I don't think if they fought 10 times, he's beating him 9. That's for sure. Like, I do think the fight, it wasn't close, but it wasn't a complete blowout, in my opinion. Like, Cody did have a couple moments. He landed takedowns. Like Chris said, gas tank holds up. Maybe he lands a couple more. I'm not saying the fight would have been different, but I'm not saying Cody's 100% washed just yet. I like that he didn't get finished in that fight and that he was able to stick out all 5 rounds.
I think it was a complete wash. I think he did get dominated.
All right, fair.
Like, I don't think that fight was remotely close. It was 50-45, 50-45, and then 48-47 was like, we're not going to go into that again. But I think he got completely dominated. I think Rob Font just needs to work on, like, just to get to be, he is elite, but to be the elite of the elite, he needs to work on his takedown defense or something. Even if just getting back to his feet, that's like his kryptonite. And Cody capitalized on it a few times, but other than that, like, it was complete domination. Like, I was almost like, who the fuck gets bored during a Cody Garbrandt fight? But at the end of the 4th round, I was kind of like, I hope he just gets hit with a big shot here so I can fucking go to bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was not close at all.
Yeah.
I think if he did fight 10 times, Rob Font would win 9 times.
Yeah, it was that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he was fighting to not get knocked out as opposed to win, because when you fight emotional, like he always does, I don't care what coach you have in your corner. I don't give a shit how much you meditate or what you do for your mental health. He's going in there emotional, and that's going to affect him. So I think that's what happened. I don't think he's going to ever be elite again either, right? You guys think he'll ever be top 5 again? I don't think so.
Probably not. I do. I think he'll stay competitive though, and I still think he'll probably be in the top 10, win fights, knock people out here and there. But who knows, man? He's still young as fuck. So.
And he's still Cody Garbrandt, and Dana White loves him, and he, people, casual fans love to watch him. So you never know, bro. So again, someone slips on a banana peel and they need a fight. Cody Garbrandt steps in and takes that shot. He's got that big one shot punch KO. I'm not saying he's gonna be champ or like a top contender anymore, but if he's hovering around the top 10 and gets like a top 5 fight, he could definitely win that fight and be right back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cody's never fought. Like, if he would have won that fight, he would probably fight Figgy next. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's right there all the time. So I'm not counting Cody out, but performance-wise, I'm counting Cody out.
2 other matchups on the card that we should at least say what happened. Carla Esparza dominates Yan Shinai.
Why do we need to talk about that?
I don't know. Because she bothers me so much. I'm such a hater. And then Matt's favorite fighter.
She's going to walk into a title shot somehow, probably win, and everyone's going to be miserable.
Hey, she already beat her.
Yeah.
Then Matt's favorite fighter, Edmund Shabazian, loses by decision to Jack Hermanson. Matt, thoughts on? I don't know why you thought Jack was going to. I don't know why you thought Edmund had a chance.
Wait, what?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I was the Edmund guy, and for the record, he beat the shit out of Jack in the first round.
He did. He gassed.
He didn't gas. He just he has no takedown defense.
In the first round, he did.
Yeah, I
shot him off a couple times.
I think Jack was thrown off in the first round. He didn't think he was gonna get pieced up that bad, and then around he just pulled out his veteran card and was like, "All right, I'm going balls out, selling out for the takedown," and he got it.
Yeah. And Shabazian couldn't get up to save his life.
Yeah, so and he has no ground defense at all. None. All right, guys.
Mike, what do you think they're going to do with Edmund? Because I know you're still pretty high on Edmund. I am too. I bet on. Oh, I didn't bet. But my pick was Hermanson. I was pretty confident Hermanson was going to win that matchup, but they threw Edmund to the wolves. He's still super young. He can still, now he's got that experience of like the top under his belt. But I'm torn here. Do you think he's still young enough where he can develop leaps and bounds and get that takedown defense? I think he needs to leave poopy Edmund.
Yeah. Then I'll agree. Then I'll start talking about it.
Okay. Let's put it this way.
some shit, he could become a beast.
Bro, his striking is so nice and crisp, man. And at 22 years old, I mean, like, what other 22-year-old has that kind of stand up? You know what I'm saying? So if he, like you said, if he leaves Edmond, goes somewhere else, even if he takes a year off, I mean, he's so young, he could do that and just work on things.
Edmond Taverdian's only hurting him, bro.
Yeah, he's
so.
I don't know why he's with him.
I'm still high on him. I'm still high on him for the future. Matt thinks he'll never be champ. I think he'll be champ.
That's aggressive as fuck.
I think he has potential to be champ. 100%.
He's gotten his ass beat his last 2 fights, though.
You should put odds on that. Find odds somewhere.
How about Matt? You bet me right now.
I mean, how long are we? What's the length? Like until he retires? I'm getting texts from fucking Phil Rizzo already. Jesus Christ.
Yes,
you guys should do. You should bet like $2,000 on it that he'll be champ at some point, and every year he's not, Mike has to pay Matt $100 or $200.
No, I do, but yeah, I feel like we have to start it in 2022 though, because he shot this year. He already lost both fights.
Fine.
So that's only an advantage for you.
Yeah, I know. I want it to be fair, clean slate. He's got to rattle off 3 straight in 2022, walk into a title shot. Some idiot's going to be holding the belt by accident.
Yeah, Matt, I'll take you up on that bet starting January 1st, 2022.
Okay.
Deal. All right, guys, we got an absolutely this weekend.
Just lock it in.
Matt. All right, so me and Matt are on opposite sides here. He thinks Youssef Zalal's going to be champ by the end of 2021, and I think Sean Woodson is. So, Matt, tell me why you think shitty Youssef Zalal is going to beat Sean Woodson.
Dude, I'm so fed up with Woodson after that last fight. That lost me so much money. I'll never bet on that fucking guy again. I just won't do it. I think his skills are really, really good. Like his striking skills are good as fuck. But he just throws pillows. And I get Zalal kind of does too. But I think Zalal has a little bit more to his game. I think he'll mix in wrestling. He'll mix in some grappling. Woodson got locked up in the 3rd round in a standing darce and had no fucking clue what to do. Absolutely no clue. Like, I don't trust the guy. Like, yeah, he's going to throw a lot, and he very well may win on volume. It's possible because he throws a shit ton. But to me, it's like watching, I know Chris loves her, it's like Caitlin Chikagian. Like, she just throws. And while it looks great to the judges, the other guy, like, looks fine. Like, he should have finished Erosa 100%. You land that many strikes, like, you got to finish the fucking fight, dude. Like, and I get how skinny he is and shit, but Zalal's lost 2 straight. The one that he lost, though, like, Tapora is a lot better than him. Like, after you hyped him up and then I watched him that weekend, I had to go back and watch a bunch of previous fights. I was really, really impressed, and I thought the odds were completely flipped on their head, which you said before that fight. Zalal's, not far removed from winning, like, 4 straight in 2022 or 3 straight. Like, I know they were against shit guys, but you could say the same about Woodson. So we'll see. I like the odds on Zalal. He was in favorite in, I think, every fight in the UFC. I'll have to double check that. I know he's a favorite in both of his losses, though. I'm hoping that there's a recency bias and he gets back on track, because those 4 fights, even though he wasn't facing top competition by any means, thought he looked pretty good.
Wasn't he a massive underdog in his first fight in the UFC?
I think
against Austin Lingo.
Yeah, that's what it was, because I remember I actually had Lingo, shocker.
Right. No, I think Zalal is low key, like, not a good fighter at all. The only reason I think that is because he's fought in absolutely nobody. And if you look at his LFA fights, he lost like 50% of LFA fights, had a couple decent wins here. Listen, Woodson sucks. I think we all agree with that. Woodson sucks. But the only thing he's got going for him is that he's fucking huge for the division. His output is ridiculous. And his takedown defense is probably going to hold up against Zalal. No, Zalal's no fucking D1 wrestler. Like, what are we talking about over here? I just think Matt is...
Who said he was a D1 wrestler, Mike?
Huh?
Who said he was a D1 wrestler?
You think how is he going to win this fight without taking him down?
That's the premise I'm going on. I'm assuming he's going to land takedowns and mix it up. If he doesn't, then I lose the bet.
Right. So you're betting on him being a D1 wrestler against Sean Woodson.
Well, I don't think it takes a D1 wrestler because I don't like what I've seen out of Woodson in the grappling exchanges. I think if he gets put on his back, he's probably going to fucking stay there.
You got a year off after that fight with the Rosa. James Krause in his corner. I think he's going to make the adjustments for his Youssef Zalal.
We'll see.
I'm offering you a proposition on podcast, a bet of sorts.
Oh, God.
If you fucking bet on Sean Woodson after the conversations we've had in the fucking group chat and you calling here on the podcast, you have to shave your head.
All right, fine, fair. And now I'm definitely not doing it.
Dude, and if
your bet slip, it better be Zalal.
If Logan Paul, you got to send a picture of the bet slip.
All right.
If Logan Paul fucking wins, I'll shave.
What if I'm not betting the fight because I'm actually trying to not gamble this weekend?
That's not going to happen.
I need to save money if I spontaneously quit my job because of everything that you know, Chris.
I understand, but you're not betting, dude.
All right,
yeah,
fine. Bet that one fight just on principle.
Outside
of that, this card's shitty card to bet.
Yeah, that's it.
If Logan Paul wins, I'll have a perfect handlebar mustache for the next episode. So I'll look exactly the same in the next episode. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. What else is going on this week, brother?
I don't know. I think the other fight we should talk about is Ponzinibbio and Miguel Baeza. I'm heavy on Baeza. I think he's going to whoop him.
What do you guys think? I agree with that. I think Miguel Baeza is fucking sick.
What were you saying, Matt?
I said I agree with that. I think Miguel Baeza is sick.
Yeah. What'd you say before that?
Oh, I was bringing up another fight, but let's go with this one first. I was just staring at the odds and something caught my eye.
Yeah. Actually, Montana De La Rosa. I have a low-key crush on her. I think she's going to win, too.
And that's the fight I was looking at that I was going to say I like Lipsky.
What? You got what? Dude, Lipsky got dominated by Shevchenko on the ground. Antonina.
Yeah, I know. She's going to get taken down in Wallet. I just saw the odds. I was like, eh.
Yeah, well, I actually got Montana De La Rosa at minus 150 like 3 weeks ago. So, line.
I like Macwan a lot this weekend.
Yeah, probably. Macwan. Yeah, probably.
Macwan now, especially on short notice.
Yeah, short notice.
Who was he originally fighting again?
Was it
anybody know?
Hold on, I got it. He was originally supposed to. My favorite fighter, Landwehr.
It wasn't. Dude, I swear on my fucking mom's life. Landwehr. But we were just talking about. Wasn't Nate Landwehr supposed to just fight someone else?
Oh, I don't know.
And pulled that. Well, yeah. Anyway, I knew it was Nate Landwehr, and I didn't fucking say it because I was like, no, that was someone else. Yeah,
it's so weird.
I was gonna say that. Also, Tyron Woodley is now plus 145 to Jake Paul at minus 175.
That's insane. If Woodley loses his fight, he needs to. Bad.
Dana White said, "You tell me, when is the last time you saw Woodley look like Woodley?" I'd have to go with Woodley by knockout, White said. Listen, man, Woodley should knock him out. But again, Tyron Woodley that you talk about that was champ 3 years ago isn't the same fucking guy he was 4 years ago.
Yeah, man. I mean, but the thing is, at least Woodley alone, you have to go out on your shield here, dude. You can't go in there and start to trade jabs. You need to go in there and try to take his head off and just little boy him.
Dude,
Know that you're a 40-year-old man and beat the shit out of this kid.
Dude, that's what Mayweather's 44, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
He might be 45.
Thing is, he's a boxer.
Well, I know that. You're the asshole. Tell me yesterday, dude, isn't Logan Paul bigger? I was like, Matt, don't get me fucking started.
Dude, I get nervous, dude. I don't need them getting that clout. That would be crazy.
Dude, they already got clout, and good for them, dude. We're on YouTube. 3 fucking losers trying to make it on YouTube, and they're crushing the YouTube game. So good for them. But they're trying to pass it off as boxing. And Logan Paul in the Showtime show is like, this is not an exhibition. This is a fight. Oh, really? Because there's literally no judges. There's, it's a nonsense.
Mayweather's not training.
He's like, what makes him think he's never fought someone like Logan Paul? I was a high school football player and wrestled. And I brought that into YouTube. It's like, okay, so you still said nothing about boxing.
I also hate the narrative that Woodley's representing MMA in this fight. You know what I'm saying?
The guy that hasn't won a fight in 5 years is solid representation.
At this point, how can you say that? Like, it's not even like, I wouldn't even say that Paul is representing boxing. I think it's just let's call it for what it is, a circus shit show, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're saying the same thing about the Ben Askren fight, right? Ben Askren represents MMA. That's what
I didn't think that either, though.
well, definitely not that.
Ben Askren doesn't even represent MMA. Ben Askren represents wrestling in MMA.
Yeah. Eddie Alvarez was like, he said he's had enough of this bullshit. He's like, I'll fuck that kid up if he wants to fight me, because he was supposed to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Remember that whole thing?
See, I would be more confident in Eddie, 100%.
100%. Even though Eddie gets rocked in every fight. Anyway, Eddie said, he's like, they're not fighters, we're fighters. He's like, I boxed my whole life, because you remember Eddie was like boxing on the streets in Kensington, like literally fighting in the streets every single day. And he said, take 10 professional boxers of your choosing and take any 10 MMA guys and throw 10 on 10 and lock us all in a cage until everyone's dead and there's only one person left, and let me know who walks out. Case closed. That's what Eddie said. And I was like, dude.
It's true.
True.
Dude, like, could you imagine an MMA fight or like not an MMA fight, like a fight to the death, like go in this, cave, and when one of you is dead, the winner walks out, and you put Khabib and Floyd Mayweather in that cave.
Like
a minute and a half later, Khabib would walk out. You know what I mean?
With that.
Right.
With
Floyd's arm in his mouth.
It's just like a ridiculous argument, bro. An absolutely ridiculous argument. But it is what it is.
Let's talk about something real quick that's not going to happen for another month. I just want to see like how we feel about it when we go back to it. So obviously Conor fights in a month against Poirier, July 10th. As of right now, how are you guys feeling about it? Like, are you confident? Are you nervous? Do you think it's a bounce back spot? Do you think he's washed? Do you think the time has passed him? Do you think the sport has passed him? What do you guys think right now? Because, what do you think?
I don't want to say time has passed him. I don't want to say the sport's passed him, because like this example might sound stupid, but I'm gonna fucking say it anyway. Like, I don't think the sport has passed Dustin, and I don't think Dustin evolved as a fighter, if that makes sense. I think he just got better at everything he was already good at. Like, he's just a really well-rounded fighter. He has a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got ridiculous boxing. He's got solid wrestling. Conor, yeah, he doesn't have a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I still never really thought that Conor was a one-trick left-hand pony. And I just, based off of that, I don't think the game passed him up at all. But that's a different question than if I'm nervous for the fight, because I'm fucking terrified. I do like the fact, though, that he lost the first fight, because when you lose a fight, you make adjustments. I don't know what Dustin's really going to do. Like, I don't think he's going to come out there with the same game plan and throw more leg kicks than jabs, because you should know better that Conor's most likely prepared for that. But again, I don't know what Conor's going to do. I feel like every time I've watched Conor's last 4 fights, he has a different stance. Well, except the Cowboy fight, because he didn't really ever have a chance to be in a stance. But nonetheless, I want to just see more consistency, and I want to see a game plan. But, to see that, a fight needs to go more than a round and a half. I don't really know what Conor was getting at last fight. It looked like he was just trying to land the left and put it away. But we'll see, man. I'm hoping for just, I guess, better durability. I guess because his timing was there. He doesn't even say he hurt me in the first round. His timing was 100% there. He still got pop. But just need to see more durability, and I want to see his cardio as the fight goes on. But definitely nervous, not confident.
I think that, to quote Conor McGregor from 2013, in the jungle, when a king gets old, a young gorilla comes in and takes everything he owns. And not that Dustin's a young gorilla, but there's the sport, the time goes on, dude. You know what I mean? It sucks to see people are like, I'm not writing him off at all. Like, Conor's still the favorite, and I think he's still. I feel like I don't know. I thought he had Dustin's number. Like, I thought it was just one of those fights where he was going to go in, stop Dustin in the second round, just always have like the edge over Dustin, but he didn't. McGregor's, he's in Abu Dhabi, like on a yacht all day, going for runs and doing the McGregor fast system. Like, who's he training with? Who's making him better on a daily basis? Like, Dustin's in there with like fucking Masvidal and Mike Brown, all those motherfuckers at ATT every day, slaving away. He even built his own whole gym, and he trains he trains with a bunch of amateur guys every day. But those guys are going in there trying to make a name for themselves, trying to beat Dustin Poirier's ass in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And he's got guys like that coming at him every single day. So I don't know what McGregor's going for here. You know, he just, sports richest athlete eating birthday cake. Like, good for you, bro. But there's guys out there that'll fucking, you know what I mean? Sleeping in their cars and shit, just trying to make it, and he's sleeping in silk sheets. So I'm not writing off completely, but I don't know. I just feel like not evolving. I feel like McGregor hasn't evolved at all. He's not working on his craft. He's just like he's an absolute megastar now. And he goes in there and he's a prize fighter. He's going to go in there, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm nervous. He's still the favorite, which is crazy. I just don't know where, even if he wins, where does he go from there? I don't want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Want to see him fight Charles Oliveira? Because I fucking don't.
Yo, imagine saying that statement in 2021, looking back like 5 years ago. Like if you said that even 5 years ago about Conor, that fight, you wouldn't even talk about it. And if you did, it'd be like a foregone conclusion at face value that Conor would win that fight. Now it's like, dude, I don't want to fucking see that at all.
I told you guys saw, how many times have I said it on the podcast? And Mike always says that I said it. I said to retire when he beat Eddie. Then he fought Floyd Mayweather. And I was like, all right, go get that motherfucking money and just be the face of the sport. Just call it, Then Habib whooped his ass. Then fucking he beat Cowboy, but, great. And then got his ass whooped. Like now, you know what I mean? Like since that, he could have retired. But instead, if he loses this fight, he'll have got his ass beat 3 times and beat Cowboy. And then everyone's like, haha, bye, Conor. And the sport kind of passes him on. You know what I mean?
I do think, though, that
massive risk.
We've been saying it for a while, too. How long have we been saying that Conor's surrounded by too many yes men and needs a different look? Not change camps, just go somewhere. Get a different perspective. And it's just, I feel like Chris said, that's one of the things that's definitely holding him back. But I get it. Where's the ambition to do that when you are fucking world's richest athlete?
Well, like even James Gallagher, dude, is training with James Krause now. So his corner now is Kavanaugh and Krause. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's sick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But
either way, Mikey, what do you think?
Yeah, the reason why I brought it up is because I have different thoughts on it than I did last time we talked about it. Last time we talked about it, I was like super confident. Like, no, Conor's going to make the adjustments. He'll be fine. It's confidence. He's a mental warfare machine. But now that I thought about it, I was like, I don't know what changed in me, but I just feel like Dustin has all the momentum now. And I don't know what, like you said, I don't know what kind of adjustments Conor is making, if he's staying at his own place with Kavanaugh and who's he bringing in to work with. And I mean, I trust him to make the adjustments necessary, but I'm not trusting him to level up. You know what I'm saying? Because like you can make all adjustments you want to fight Poirier, but Poirier is going to make his own adjustments, and I wouldn't be surprised if Poirier came out with like a takedown game plan.
I was just going to say, I think Poirier's going to take him down a lot. I think Poirier's going to take him down right away.
So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
Honestly, though, if that's Poirier's game plan, I kind of like Conor's chances a little more. There's a difference between Khabib and Dustin. I think Conor would be okay.
Yeah, I don't think he wouldn't be okay, but I think
and how long does this Khabib? And the flip side to this is, when does this Dustin train stop? I mean, I'm kind of Xing out the Khabib loss because that's like rite of passage at this point. Khabib just fucking beats everybody, but like. The question, he slips on a banana peel, dude. Outside of that, he hasn't lost a fight since 2016, and he's been fighting killers. Like, he hasn't had a break. Like, people fight for that long and as often as he does. You're given a gimme every once in a while. But, dude, like, just the list of fighters, he hasn't had a break since Jim Miller. And that was still a 3-round fight. So it's not a foregone conclusion that all of Dustin shows up. I think we're just so used to it that he's always going to be game. And I think the most impressive victory he has, in my opinion, is coming out and having a fucking dogfight with Dan Hooker after losing to Khabib. Because, guys, from what I've seen, when guys lose a title shot, they seem to come out flat in their next performance. It's just like, is the motivation still there? Like, that you're not next in line for a title or whatever. And he came out with 5 rounds with one of the other killers in the division. But that might not always be the case. And if somebody could bring it out of him, I think if Conor puts a couple shots on him early, that you could see Dustin go down for the first time in a long time. Again, I'm not confident. I just want to play both sides of the fence here. I'm not going to act like Dustin's a perfect fighter, because he's not,
Damn close.
He is damn close.
It would
Damn
be great
close.
if Chandler won that fight and then McGregor won this fight, because then Chandler would have the belt. Obviously, would want to fight McGregor, would fight McGregor for the belt. And I think McGregor would beat Chandler up bad. I think he's a perfect
I would love that.
Me too.
style matchup for Conor to beat his ass. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh my God, 2021, Conor McGregor's.
Dana always wins, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He gets Chandler and it accidentally turns into Chandler helping bring back Conor McGregor.
It's fucking wild, man. It is wild. Crazy sport. But yeah, we got a poopy card this weekend. Then Bellator is back next weekend. Big UFC card next weekend, baby. Finally. Feels like we're in a little bit of a lull, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be watching my first pay-per-view at my new place. I can't wait.
Ooh, that's sexy.
Quick. Yeah, I can't wait. Let's make a couple picks for the this card just so people know where our head's at.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. So obviously Matt's on Zalal, I'm on Woodson. Matt, who you got? I mean Chris.
You guys are putting me on the spot here.
Put you on the spot. Team Mikey or Team Maddie?
I don't know, dude. I guess they're just really just underperformed so much. I think the first round's gonna be extremely telling. I guess I'll pick Woodson. If Woodson gets taken down this first couple takedown, I think it's
Next. Mason Jones is coming. We all think he's gonna beat Alan Patrick, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. This one's interesting. Francisco Trinaldo, Muslim Salikov. Real quick, who you got?
Salikov's gonna fuck him up.
I think so too. I just think the line is a little absurd. Minus 250. Salikov is like,
Falcon's that big of a favorite.
yeah.
All right. I mean, I see where they're getting at, but yeah.
Bro, how old is Trinaldo at this point? 42?
41, I think.
He's 42. He's turning 43 in 2 months.
Damn.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I
That's
don't
all
know
over
either.
by is both, right?
He's won 3 straight, which is fucking pathetic.
Tanner Bozer or Ilya Latifi?
Honestly,
I'm picking Poopy Ilya.
I'm taking Bozer. Who's the favorite?
Bozer's like a minus 200.
Which is wacky.
I'm taking Bozer. I just think that he'll be able to stuff takedowns, and he's got way better cardio.
Yeah, definitely is better cardio. Good call.
But he's got pillow hands.
Tom Breeze, Antonio Arroyo. Antonio Arroyo just got beat by Little DC. What's his name?
Duran Win.
Duran Win. Yeah, so you know Arroyo sucks.
I'll go with Breeze to bounce back.
Yeah, me too.
I like Duran Win as a person and like a figure, I guess you'd say, because he has like mini DC. But you hate him, right, Mike? You just are not a fan.
No, I'm not, because I think he sucks. But I guess he's not a bad guy. Like I like his tweets. Like he tweets out some shit I actually enjoy. So I wouldn't say I'm a hater, not as much as I hate like Carla Esparza and Angela Hill.
I saw Instagram story, a picture. He goes, "Yo, boys, would never," or the caption was like, "Never me, would never be me." And it's like two like 20-year-old kids on a moped, two dudes, one driving, the other dude's like holding his buddy. I'm like, bro, oh my god. But
Here we go. We're on Baeza. Chris, you on Baeza too?
yeah,
Yeah. Roman Lidze and Staropoli.
Garapoli.
Me too, actually. Me too.
interesting. You guys are never on the same page over here.
Walt Harris, Marcin Tybura.
The Lindsay stinks.
What do you think, Matt?
What?
I'll tell you what I know. I know. What do you think?
I didn't hear the question.
Harris or Tybura?
Oh, I'm going with Harris.
I was gonna say I saw that Harris is the underdog, and every time I pick Tybura, Matt's like, dude. I think it's been 2 times that I made Tybura pick. Matt talked me out of it both times. Tybura,
So bad.
but I'm picking against him. I think Harris is gonna win here. I think he can stop him early. Tybura's like the worst, like 29, 28 heavyweight of all fucking time. You know what I
So
mean?
pathetic that he wins fights.
I know. Walt Harris, just have more than 4 minutes of cardio, please.
Seriously. Main event, Rosenstruck and Augusto Sakai.
Rosenstruck. I think Sakai sucks.
Oh man, it's hard. I guess I'll go with Rosenstruck. Yeah.
I don't know. I agree. I think Sakai kind of sucks too.
Bro, he's beat the shitheads of heavyweight.
Yeah, and Rosenstruck is just kind of underperformed, especially in his last fight.
Just gonna say, I think he feels like he was real sorry after his last fight, like sad and shit. I think he's gonna come out and try to get that one back.
He's pretty fucking good, I think. So Rosenstrike, his striking is really good, and he cracks. Like Augusto's never impressed me, even in any of his wins.
Yeah, I feel that. I'll pick Rosenstruck too, but I'm not confident in it at all.
At least he'll put you out.
That's true. Any last shout outs? Anything you guys want to say before we close out?
Paige Van Zant, help Matt out. He's waiting.
Oh boy.
Matt, let us know when it starts getting X-rated in there.
I will.
You're not still subscribed, right?
No, I'm not subscribed.
Well, not even to Jessica Eyes.
She actually sends me $15 a month.
Dude, what did she say? Like a fully naked like video is like $7,000 or something, right?
Is she out of her fucking mind?
Matt literally was at a loss for words. Matt goes, yeah, I got nothing on that. On that note, I think that's all she wrote. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all once again. Seriously, thank you. We love doing this. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far somehow, listen to us three. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the boys. We're in the, still in the 120s, 130 range of subscribers. Help the fucking boys out, please. Any sponsors, if you're listening to this, we're making it big. Our MMA Gossip's first ever sponsor, Elise Reed, is looking like, she's UFC ready, baby. CFFC defending her belt yet again, dominant fashion. Again, congrats to her. Congrats to Kale. Thank you to her. Thank you to Kale. And we're gone, boys.
Peace.
See y'all next time.